Hello everyone and welcome to Forza Horizon 5 for another video! Today we're going to be looking at the Toyota Celica from 2003 with a wing that I'm not entirely sure is stock, to be honest. I don't actually know which Celica... What the hell's an SSI? Okay, well we're going to be able to figure... I don't know what the SSI is. But I'm sure I'll be able to work it out just by having a look at the power. Yes, power, 187. That is the Vttli engine, which stands for Variable Valve Timing and Lift Intelligent System, I think. Yes. So basically this is the Celica GTS, not the GT, which only has like 120-ish horsepower. Let's have a look at what it's like to drive. I don't know what the SSI is supposed to mean, because I've never heard of it as an SSI. I'm assuming it's an American thing, or a... Oh no, Celicas in Britain are really weird. That's why they're called different things. I'm convinced this is a weird body kit. They don't look like this standard. Customization. What do we have? We can put different engines in, obviously. We're going to put a racing V6 in it. An i6, that actually... I'm gonna be honest, I'd put the i6 in, but the horsepower figure looks a bit stupid. I don't want that much power in a Celica GTS. You can make it... Oh yeah, this is front-wheel drive, I keep forgetting that. Actually, I don't forget that, I just hadn't thought of it as of yet. Yeah, so... Celica was usually front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive in the rally versions. This car, as far as I know, never had a rally program. Oh, we've got a bunch of body kits. That is what I'd have called the stock one. That's what I'm pretty sure the Celica looks like from standard. These make it look they look like a catfish. Not as much as like the Model 3, but it looks like a sort of a weird fish. Of course, to be honest, the Forza front aero doesn't look half bad. Yeah, that is what I consider the stock rear wing, or, well, it's a spoiler, really. What else have we got? That's a bit... Oh, it's carbon fibre. I don't know, it's just a bit extra, but it does look quite good, actually. I prefer the original, though. That is... Ricer. That is very Ricer. That is... If it had two stands instead of one in the middle, I'd like that. That, again, it's... Why are the props so near in the middle? That doesn't make sense. That looks quite reasonable, actually. I quite like that. Forza Aero. I assumed... I'll be honest, I thought this might be a car that the rear Forza Aero doesn't look half bad on. It does. That looks quite good, though. So if you're going to put any weird rear wing on, I'd recommend this one. But for now, whilst we're just driving it as standard, I'm going to put on what I consider the stock rear wing. I don't know, if you'd actually look up GTS, that is what it has. I am wrong, it would appear. No, I'm not wrong. It just sort of depends, I think, which one you have. But, I'm so confused as to which front and rear bumper are the proper ones. I think this might actually be the proper rear bumper, but I'm not entirely sure. I quite like it, I'm going to leave it. I don't particularly like the skirt, so I'm going to make those more normal. What else have we got? We have... Wait, were there other options? I didn't look. We have that. That looks quite good. That is a bit weird. It sort of looks like it's hanging off. I'm going to leave that standard. Well, standard for... That is what I consider standard again. That looks quite good. That looks quite good too. I don't like this one. That also looks quite good, except... You'd have to lower the front a bit. Oh, I forgot the last bit. I don't like that. I definitely... Oh. I'm going to make a Ricer bit off. I'm going to make it a bit more extreme after we've driven it. I don't understand. I think the GTS might have actually had the things this came with as standard, and I've now made it a non-GTS. I think I may have turned the Celica GTS into a Celica GT. But I'm not sure, so... Oh, that is actually... The launch is really nice. So, this is probably where I should explain what the Vttli engine does, or explain it as far as I understand it. So it's jointly developed by Toyota and Yamaha. Oh, I didn't turn in early enough. That wasn't the car, that was me. And basically, as I understand it, it's... I'm 80% sure it is. It's basically VTEC. 80% sure of that. So basically it means that you have variable lifts, which I'll be honest, I'm not an engineer, I don't understand, but from what I understand, it means as of 6,000 revs, you have extra power up until the red line. So with just the Vttli engine, you'd start losing power, but here, well, not losing power, you just wouldn't generate much more, but here you get an extra 40 horsepower between 6,000 and 9,000 RPM. So this thing, it revs up to 9,000, in theory. I wonder if I can get in this game. It feels quite nice to drive so far. It's a bit heavy. It is a bit heavy, but it's quite nice to drive. The handling is distinctly front-wheel drive, though, I'll be honest. It's direct, but you feel there is a slight amount of understeer. If you do slalom, it turns in before it actually does anything, but it also sort of oversteers. It's quite interesting, actually. Nice to drive. I'll be honest, I like it. It's very nice to drive. So I'm going to go and save this tune, make a bit of a mess of this car, and return in a minute, or a second in theory in video time. Right, so I've made it middle of A-class. I've put on a massive turbocharger, done some suspension, turned it to... no, not street. Sport, race, roll cage, race weight reduction, semi-slick tyres with Forza writing on it, because rice. I've worked out that I've been a bit of an idiot, and I've definitely, basically, what I did earlier was I took the GTS and turned it into a GT. So the engine with that was... so the car that had the Vttli rather than the Vttli engine. So... Forza was right. I'm not convinced on the wing though. That is what it looks like standard. But I basically took it and turned it into a into a GT instead of a GTS. I've given it, well, a lot of horsepower, about 100 or 90-ish. So it's now got more than the standard GT4 ST205. Which has 252. I wonder if that's actually what it's got in this game. Yeah, no, it's got 255. Is it 255? It might be 255. I think it is. Okay, so let's have a look what this car sells for. And then, well, what sort of liveries the Forza community has made for it. Oh, Toyota Supra. Oh, yes, this gives me an excuse to talk about the Supra is a... okay, it's not selling yet. So, nothing interesting there yet. It's only been out a day. Finds new designs. What has the Forza community made for it? Oh, you've got Japanesey things. Nothing particularly interesting yet. Oh, this is another car that's got the problem with not having headlamps. Interesting. No one's tried to make a Castrol Tom's Supra livery for it yet. Nothing particularly interesting yet. I mean, they're quite nice. Actually, that one looks quite good. I'm going to download my... ooh, that's interesting. Right. I'm going to download myself this thing. Quite good, because then at least we won't have a carbon fibre bonnet anymore. Paint options you have on the Toyota Celica GTS are... yep, basically just the colours that came in. Sounds quite good now. You can definitely hear the turbo. I really like the interior on these Celicas, on all Celicas actually, because it's just simple and relaxed. It's just what you want. It doesn't have a stupid massive screen. Well, it wouldn't. In fact, this at the time they were made. It's just a CD player. What more do you want? Yeah, it's not particularly fast with this tune because I didn't put the 600 horsepower i6 in it. If it had a slightly less powerful i6, I'd have gone for it, but 600 horsepower is a bit ridiculous for a Celica GTS. Anyway, so I can now talk about why the Toyota Supra is a Corolla. So basically, the original Celica was based on the Carina, which was based on the Corolla. And then, in some year or another, they made the Toyota Celica Supra, which was based on a Celica, which was based on the Corolla. No, I mean, which was based on a Carina, which was based on a Corolla, like I said. And then the Supra was based on the Celica Supra. So, by that logic, the Toyota Celica Supra was based... No, the Toyota Supra was based on the Toyota Celica Supra, which was based on the Toyota Celica, which was based on the Toyota Carina, which was based on the Toyota Corolla. So every Toyota Supra is theoretically a Toyota Corolla. Failgames logic for the win. Anyway, this car drives really nice. It's relaxed. It's not the greatest thing to drive, but you wouldn't expect it to be. It's front-wheel drive. It's not particularly powerful. I like it. Yeah, but I like this. It's quite cool. Still not my favourite. Definitely not my favourite. Definitely, that would still be the ST205. But oh, it's got a sunroof. Anyway, time to. I think we should do a race in this. From what I've got to drive of this so far, it handles exactly like I'd expect it to. It drives exactly like I'd expect it to. It's just a front-wheel drive. Well, slightly underpowered, slightly heavy Toyota. Well, there we go. Stupid Sylvia just doesn't want to get out of the way when I'm trying to turn in. Very annoying. I'm sure you could turn this into an excellent drift car, but I'm not gonna do it. That's not my job. That's not my style. Well, so conclusion time. Looks, Celica, I'm still going to give it a 6 out of 10. Handling, 6 out of 10. It's a bit weird, especially stock. Speed, 4. Not impressive at all. Would I buy one with my own money? Yes. I had to buy a car for around £2,000. If this was an option, yes. Not worth much more than that, but yes. Well, on that note, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and or subscribe to it. Please like and or subscribe. Other than that, have a nice day. Bye-bye.